They say you don't choose cats. Cats choose you. And sometimes they show up right when you've stopped believing you deserve love. Before we start, share this with someone who needs a little reminder that healing can have whiskers. In a small town in Oregon, there lived a man named Walter, retired, widowed, and about as cheerful as a wet sock. He didn't hate people exactly, he just didn't need them. His neighbors said the only time they heard from him was when their mail accidentally landed in his box, and he returned it with a note saying, "Be careful next time." Walter spent most of his days sitting by the window, reading old newspapers and muttering things like, "World's gone crazy." But one cold November morning, the world decided to interrupt his peace with a sound he couldn't ignore. It was a tiny orange tabby meowing outside his porch, loud, demanding, the kind of meow that says, "I own this place now." Walter opened the door and said, "Go on, Scram. I don't do pets." The cat just blinked, then walked right inside like it paid the mortgage. Walter sighed, grabbed an old towel and muttered, "Fine, one night." "But you're not staying. You already know how that went." Walter pretended not to name the cat but secretly called him Pumpkin. Every morning, Walter would grumble while pouring cereal, then quietly pour a second bowl for Pumpkin. Every afternoon, he'd complain that the cat was blocking the TV, while scratching its chin for hours. Neighbors started noticing Walter smiling again. One of them joked, "He talks more to that cat than he's ever talked to us." And it was true. Pumpkin didn't care about Walter's gruffness or his lonely habits. He just sat there, warm, patient, and completely unbothered, until Walter softened. But one morning, Walter didn't wake up right away. He'd had a mild heart attack during the night. When the paramedics arrived, they said it was the strangest thing. The cat had been pawing his face and yowling loud enough for a neighbor to call 911. They said if it weren't for that noise, Walter might not have made it. When Walter came home from the hospital, he looked at Pumpkin and said, "Guess I owe you one, kid." Pumpkin blinked again, like he already knew. After that, Walter wasn't the same. He started sitting on the porch again, not alone this time. He talked to his neighbors. He smiled at kids walking by. And every year on that same November day, he'd buy a little rotisserie chicken and say, "This one's for the cat who saved my cranky old life." Pumpkin didn't just give Walter company, he gave him a reason to stay alive. Because sometimes love doesn't show up in grand gestures. Sometimes it just walks through your door demanding food and changing everything. If this story made you smile or tear up, or both, share it with someone who needs a little reminder that rescue goes both ways. Follow AI Cats for more stories about how animals save us right back.